Hope Channel viewers are loyal, encouraging friends and neighbors to watch. Why? Our viewers believe that Hope Channel not only enhances living, but changes lives through its compelling lineup of programs. Documentaries take subscribers around the world and back through time, visiting places where history was made. Fascinating biographies open up the lives and times of people who made a difference. Travel programs transport the viewer around the world, demonstrating how people work together to make a better planet. Inspirational programming challenges viewers to experience the joy of discovering faith values and offers spirituality as an important part of a balanced lifestyle. Health and lifestyle programs teach disease prevention and make healthy living simple and attractive. Hope Channel programs provide invaluable support for developing healthy relationships and strong communities. Welcome to donor-supported Hope Channel.
Wouldn't want that perfect white teeth, producing that perfect smile, and again, ending with that picture perfect. Every one of us would want to have that picture, right? And can you imagine seeing yourself in that mirror without your set of teeth? Tonight, we'd like to discuss here with our specialist concerns about our teeth, knowing that the oral cavity is the window to one's overall health. I'd like you to meet our professional for tonight with our episode, Potentials and Pains of the Profession, Dentists. I'd like to welcome to the show Dr. Lilibeth Kudal. Dr. Beth, welcome to Dynamic Living.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes, and
Good evening,
of course,
Doktora.
yes, ito po napakalapit sa inyong puso itong ngipin, ano, kasi ito yung inyong practice. So, before natin pag-usapan yung journey ninyo as a dentist, I'd like to ask you, paano po ba na nasasabi natin na ito daw ating bibig, ang ating oral cavity which contains our teeth, no, set of teeth, ito daw ay picture ito ng kung ano yung kalusugan or kung ano yung mga sakit meron tayo sa ating katawan.
Totoo po yun, Doktora, kasi sa practice ko for 30 years, no, nung estudyante pa ako, we deal with patients na, syempre, na for compliance namin. Pero for 30 years na nasa practice ako, everyday ang kaharap mo is bibig. So, andun yung mabaho ang bibig. So, a clean mouth is usually synonymous talaga sa isang malinis na katawan. So, example, kapag meron kang pasyente na acetone ang amoy ng bibig, that could be a symptom of the patient having diabetes. No? Pag meron namang, pag gumanga na ang pasyente at nakita mo ang dami-daming cavity, so you could, madali mong masabi na pabaya siya sa kanyang
pangangalaga sa kanyang katawan.
Pati sa katawan, yes, that's true.
So, masasabi po ba natin na talagang there is a very strong connection between one's health dito sa oral cavity niya and the overall and general health of a person?
Yes, totoo. Totoo yan. Just like, halimbawa, kasi sa practice natin, no, especially dito sa Pilipinas, no, sa practice namin, as a general practitioner, kasi ako general practitioner ako, so most of the treatment that I do is examination. Yun ang first step, examination. And then, tatanungin mo ang pasyente, ano ba ipinunta niya, kung masakit ang ipin, usually magpapabunot yan. But normally, pag sa examination pa lang, sasabihin mo na kaagad ano yung mga nakikita mo, ano yung needs niya, and you make a recommendation. Although pumunta lang siya para magpabunot, you immediately make a recommendation kung ano yung...
In other words, very holistic din po ang approach
Yes,
nun.
oo.
Hindi yung sinabi lang niya, Doktora, masakit yung ngipin ko, tama na doon sa isang ngipin
Yes,
lang.
oo.
Aha.
Oo. So kung makita mo madumi ang ipin, you advise him. Tapos titingnan mo rin yung age. Usually pag may edad na, tatanungin ko agad, meron po ba kayong mga ibang sakit na dinaramdam? Kung diabetic ba siya, hypertensive, yun. Kung meron siyang epilepsy, kung may mga iniinom siyang gamot, kung buntis siya, yun ang mga conditions na
So
pwedeng...
in other words, Dr. Beth, we're trying to tell our viewers here na a visit to a dentist actually is not just, addressing problems basically on the teeth,
Yes.
but on the whole
Yes, on the
being
whole
of a
being.
person.
Yes, that's
Opo.
true.
So ngayon, ang tanong ko po sa inyo, ano yung pinaka-common na mga sakit na pumupunta sa inyo in your actual practice naman? We will talk about actual practice kasi sometimes yung sinasabi ng textbooks iba. Nung nag-aaral tayo, iba yon. Heto ngayon, heto yung araw-araw na pumupunta sa clinic ninyo. Karamihan sa kanila, ano ang kanilang mga problema?
Okay. Karamihan ng problema, especially Filipinos, kasi generally, among Filipinos, ang teeth is dispensable eh. Kapag sumakit yan, ang notion kaagad is ipabunot. No? So, even kahit nasabihin mo pang yung common tao, yung nasa class C o class D, o kahit nasa class A yan, basta sumakit ang ipin, ang usually hahanapin nila is ipabubunot na nila ipin. So parang
So pag
kami...
pumupunta sa inyo, sasabihan kayo kaagad na, uy, doktora, masakit yung ngipin ko, pakibunot. Ganun ba?
Yes, so parang ang pangit din pakinggan. Ang dentist is ang alam lang gawin is bunutin ang ipin,
Yes.
no? So normally pag nakita mong masakit ang ipin, you need to investigate ano ang sumasakit, bakit siya sumasakit, at ano ang pwede mong gawin. And you could advise kung ano kaagad. So usually ang pumupuntang pasyente, they would seek advice for a carious tooth, a badly decayed tooth, a broken tooth, o kaya laging dumudugo ang gilagid. Yun.
So yun yung
kadalasan,
pinaka-common na
Yes,
pumupunta sa
oo.
inyo. So sinabi ninyo na you will make a recommendation based on your findings.
Yes.
So in other words, for our viewers lang naman, this is, we're trying to educate them, syempre, na hindi naman yan talaga solution na kailangang bunutin lang,
Yes,
diretso.
oo.
Because there are other remedies to it.
Yes, meron kami tinatawag na oral prophylaxis and scaling. Pag sinabing oral prophylaxis and scaling, lilinisin mo. Bakit ka maglilinis? Kasi nga, merong mga dumi. When an ordinary patient comes into your office, they would think only of kiki or plaque. Okay? But we see beyond that. Nakikita namin yung matitigas na deposits. That's what we call calcular deposits. There are some patients who would say, Doc, bakit di ba matatanggal naman yan sa toothbrush? No, usually ang calcular deposits are not removed by mere brushing. So tinatanggal namin yan by doing oral prophylaxis and scaling.
Kasi pag hindi ginawa yan, doktora, what will happen?
It would lead, it would lead to a gingivitis or periodontal disease. Pag periodontal disease, meron na yang infection sa supporting tissues ng ngipin. We have, ang supporting tissues ng ngipin is yung gilagid, yung periodontal tissue na tinatawag namin, o yung fibers at yung buto, yung
So,
alveolar bone.
ibig sabihin, kung magkakaroon ng involvement doon sa kanila,
Sa tatlong
mas
yun.
mas mahirap siguro gamutin
Yes,
yan.
oo.
Aha.
And sometimes, pwedeng general practitioner ang gumawa nun, or sa ngayon, meron ng mga, doon pumapasok na yung mga subspecialties, yung mga specialista.
Mamaya pag-usapan natin yon kasi heto lang muna tayo sa common na ano nangyayari. So pagka hindi nila tinanggal yan at hindi nila pinatanggal sa inyo, ang tendency, magkakaproblema din sila
Yes.
kasi magsisip in sa ilalim yun.
Yes, oo.
So ano pa po ang pwedeng gawin aside from that? So kunyari, pumunta sa inyo, sakit ang ngipin,
Sakit ng
nakita niyo
ngipin,
may
okay.
butas yung kanyang ngipin. So automatic po ba talaga kailangang bunutin yun?
Okay. Kapag may caries o sira ang isang ngipin, no, usually, ang clinically makikita mo butas. Even the patients, sa mga layman o sa common tao, makikita nila butas. Okay? Ang feeling nila, ang symptoms nun is pangingilo o kaya sumasakit. Sa Bisaya, ngut-ngut. Nagungut-ngut
Oy, masakit pa
ang
naman,
ngipon.
doktora, pagka ngipin na ang sumakit.
Yes,
Hindi ka
that's
talaga
true.
pwedeng matulog,
Pati
ha?
ulo mo
Hindi ka
sumasakit.
Yes,
Oo.
oo.
And usually, toothache would usually occur in the afternoon or late evening.
Ah, yung
Hindi ka talaga
matutulog ka na.
tutulugin. Kasi that's the time na yung body temperature, body pressure natin is mataas. So usually, mas mafe-feel mo yun pag patulog ka na. No? So nadi-disturb ka doon. At usually, ang pain na ma-feel mo is dull, throbbing, or talagang yung sinasabi nila sa Bisaya, yung umaabot sa ulo nila. Okay? Pumipitik ang ulo nila. So, that's acute pain. Pag sinabi namang chronic, no? Pag sinabing chronic, wala kang halos nararamdaman o paminsan-minsan lang sumasakit. But still, it's painful. Pero nawawala. Okay? So, usually, ang gagawin namin is iimbestigahan clinically and radiographically kung kinakailangan.
So mag-i-x-ray din tayo
Yes,
para
opo.
makita natin kung hanggang saan lang siya at kung ano ang pwedeng gawin sa ngipin.
Yes, oo.
Sinabi niyo, doktora, kanina, sundan ko lang po yung sinabi niyo kanina na parang dito sa Pilipinas, disposable ang mga
Yes,
ngipin, di ba?
dispensable.
Dispensable, disposable. Kung baga, para sa katao, hindi nila gustong i-salvage. Parang
Yes.
kasi yung mentality natin na, pag binunot yan, pwede naman nawala.
Pwede naman
kaya
mawala,
naman,
pwede naman mag-denture,
mag-denture,
kaya
oo.
totally pabayaan. Okay?
Pero di po ba, pag nawala kasi yung ngipin talaga natin, mahirap kasi ibalik yun di po ba?
Totoo. At saka ang effects is marami. Hindi lang aesthetics kasi nawalan ka ng ipin, kundi pati sa function. Tapos, kapag halimbawa, nabunutan ka ng lower teeth and you still have your upper teeth, yung molars mo, pag wala na yung contact, yung upper teeth mo bababa. Kasi hahanapin niya yung kapares niya. Until such time na yung gilagid na ang makokontak niya o kakagatin niya. So,
And
nagiging useless yung upper teeth mo. Pag hindi na nabunutan ka ng halimbawa, nabunutan ka ng lower molar, hindi mo kaagad ni-replace ng denture, yung upper molar mo, nawawalan ng silbi yun.
Pero aside pa dun, lalo na sa mga kababaihan, syempre yung aesthetic, no?
Yes.
Di ba? Kasi parang bababa.
Primarily, actually, yun ang hinahabol lang nila, no? Kasi minsan pag sinabi, bulok naman na doktora, pangit na, masama na, bad breath, nakakapa-bad breath pa, tapos ang pangit tingnan, tapos yun ang common reasons nila bulok na, hindi na savable, tapos pwede namang i-replace. But teeth is teeth, no? A tooth is a tooth. Iba pa rin yung tunay
na
kaysa
original
yung replacement.
doon.
Or replaced with a denture or a pontic. We call it pontic, yung artificial ng ngipin.
So, paano po? How can we salvage our tooth kung sakaling mang
Okay.
ganon?
Marami pong treatment modalities na ginagawa ngayon, no? Meron na kaming root canal treatment. Actually, root canal treatment, sa ngayon, sa practice ngayon, meron na talagang mga endodontic specialist, no? Pero endodontics still being practiced by general practitioners kasi tinuro din yan sa school Tinuro din sa amin yan. Pero kasi nga, dahil sa technology natin ngayon, at marami na rin nga specialty. So, endodontic is one, no? Yan ang root canal treatment. Meron ding, pwede mo ring bunutin kung talaga, kung may pera ang pasyente, pwede mong i-replace ng implant. O kaya, pag na-root canal na yan o nabunot, pwede mong i-replace ng crown. It would be more aesthetically pleasing, no? Mas maganda tingnan kaysa yung filled up mo lang. Kasi before, ang pasta natin, di ba, meron tayo yung kulay silver.
Yes.
Ngayon, halos ang pasta is colored tooth na o tooth colored. Okay?
Parang kapareho lang ng
Kaparehas
original
na.
ng
Yes,
ngipin.
kaparehas
So,
ng
ito mga bago na kasi ito These are
Yes.
new ways by which we can actually salvage the tooth. So, yung ano po natin sinabi niyo po kanina na iba-iba na ang subspecialization ngayon ng dentistry. So, meron din tayong tinatawag po, di ba, na kung gusto lang ayusin lang, reconstructive ba ang tawag niyan?
Reconstructive, yes. Actually, may mga cases ako na ipapakita sa inyo, no? Could you, yung case
Later,
number...
natin
ano
yan.
natin yan, ha?
Ipakita natin.
Papakita natin. Aesthetically, yung parang veneering o kaya you replace them with crowns, yon meron nun.
So, meron na din kayong tinatawag ngayon na dental. Ayan po, nakikita ng ating mga viewers yan. So,
Okay.
paano po, would you like to explain the one that is being shown
Okay,
now?
that's case number 1 yan. Actually, this is a case, this is a cleft case, cleft patient case, no? May cleft palate, cleft lip, palate yung pasyente ko rito. This was a lengthy treatment, no? As a general practitioner, nakakapag-practice din ako ng ortho, no? Pero actually, okay, I'll just tell a short story about this patient. Hindi ito ganun kayaman na pasyente. And they live in Oroquieta. Sa taga-Oroquieta pa yung
So, malayo.
pasyente. Malayo. They came over here in Cagayan de Oro hoping that somebody would, and they could seek a doctor who could treat them on a very
Small budget.
Small budget, yes. Tapos, wala silang nakakita kasi medyo mahirap yung case niya. And then, nirecommend siya ng isang relative niya na naging family friend ko. Okay, tapos I treated the case, but I did not promise anything to her kasi medyo mahirap nga talaga yung kaso niya. So, paki-view lang ulit natin.
Opo. So, i-flash natin ulit sa screen para makita
Oo.
nila. So, kung
That's an
baga...
aesthetic case.
Aha, so
Oo.
ibig sabihin na yan. Yan na
Ayan.
yung nangyari sa
Yes,
kanya.
in-ortho ko muna yan, ni-raise yung bite, tapos kasi the previous picture please. Previous
Yung
pa.
dati kanina, ibalik natin
Yan.
yan.
Tapos yung una pa. Yung
Yan.
yan
Opo.
yan ang actual na itsura niya. Next please. Nung pagtapos ng ortho treatment, kasi pinorward ko yung teeth niya, tapos kasi ang occlusion niya, talagang nagtatouch lang sa lower, hanggang
Opo.
doon na lang ang ma-achieve na occlusion niya. Next, please. Next. No, forward. Ayan. This was the temporary bridge that I made. And then the next. Ayan na po yung final. That's a bridge.
And
no?
gaano po katagal yan, doktora, na
It
ginawa?
took me almost 2.5 years to treat that. Pero ang kinatutuwa ko kasi nag-iba yung aura ng pasyente. Hindi lang yung aura, pati yung psychological
Yes, yung parang
being
yung kanyang
nagkaroon siya ng confidence.
Oo, yung self-esteem niya
Yung self-esteem niya gumanda.
Kaya doktora, dyan natin makikita kung gaano kahalaga yung ngipin natin, di ba? At gaano kahalaga na bumisita talaga sila sa inyo. Ang akin po bang tanong sa inyo, ang pagkain ba or yung food na kinakain ng isang tao and the way this person would take care or handle food eating, no, would it also affect yung kanyang
totoo.
sangipin niya?
Sa generation po natin ngayon, no, kasi halos karamihan na ating kinakain is processed na. Tapos marami ng junk food. So, halos high in sugar. Tapos processed na halos hindi na natin nguyain. If you would notice, yung mga tao nung sinaunang panahon, matitibay ang ipin, naglalast
Yes.
talaga. Mahabang edad nila, and then they still have their complete set of teeth.
Saka hindi, magaganda pa ang ngipin nila kahit na may edad
oo.
na.
And even if yung raw, they eat raw, I think as a Seventh-day Adventist kasi nag-aano kayo, di ba, vegetable eater kayo, pag less processed ang food na kinakain natin, that's more advantageous sa teeth natin kasi less cardiogenic. Ibig sabihin, less ang proneness natin sa sira.
So, paano
Hindi na
yun,
sisirain
doktora?
din.
So, ibig sabihin yan, as young as they are, yung mga kabataan dapat, inaalagaan na ng mga magulang yung kanilang mga ngipin.
Yes, oo. Pero ang problema sa Filipino nga, kasi we don't have that attitude, no? There's a certain percentage ngayon among the, masasabi mo sa mga class A, class B, talagang maalaga sila. Pero when it comes to class C, class D sa population natin, sa level ng society natin, mahirap gawin yon o mahirap ano dahil most of our people, no, andun yung dental ignorance, no?
Kaya nga kailangan natin ng partnership with media to inform these people na
Yes,
ganito kagaya nito. So paano po ba, is the brushing technique also something that our viewers, our parents, and even the adults should be teaching properly to their children?
Yes, sa school tinuturo naman na yan, kahit sa public school kasi they have what they call meron naman silang meron na ngayong ini-initiate. I'm not I'm not very familiar with the activities nung aming society, no? Pero last month was February was the dental health month. Tapos actually ang focus ng most of our activities is sa school. So mayroon kaming mga brushing and fluoridation technique
Na tinuturo na sa mga kabataan
among
ngayon.
public schools.
Yes.
Kasi ang kakulangan ng dental health programs is nandun sa karamihan sa ating mga kababayan.
Oo, kasi yung mga class A and B, madaling bumisita yan,
Yes,
di ba?
madaling bumisita sa mga klinika. Tapos they have the access to the media, no?
Which brings me to mind, Doktora, na heto po bang yung mga kabataan, pagka sila tinuturuan natin ng tamang pag-toothbrush, tamang pagkain na kanilang gagawin, how often should they visit a dentist?
Okay. Ang recommendation talaga namin, at least twice a year. Okay?
Every 6 months?
Every 6 months. What do you do every 6 months? Normally, ang gagawin mo dyan is examination and then you do prophylaxis. If there's a need for, sa mga bata, nire-recommend na namin yung as early as 6 kasi doon lumalabas yung mga permanent dentition. By the way, we have a temporary dentition and then the permanent one sa mga bata, no? At age 6, nire-recommend na namin yung sealant, pits and fissure sealant. Hindi lang mga pediatric dentist ang gumagawa nito, even GPs, general practitioners. Ginalagyan ng sealant yung mga ngipin ng mga bata, especially the molars, yung mga bagong. Kasi yung tinatawag na 6-year-old molar, hindi yan, walang pinapalitan na baby teeth, no? Yun ang nagiging isang balakid, no? Kasi ang akala ng mga parents, lahat ng baby teeth is napapalitan.
Yun nga, 'di ba? Parang natin ang pagkakaintindi natin lahat ng baby teeth matatanggal talaga yan
by themselves and then mapapalitan.
Opo.
Pero actually the first, second and third molars are originally sila yung first
Naiiwan.
molars. Hindi naiiwan. Sila yung unang lalabas, yung first molars. Wala silang pinapalitan na baby teeth. Hindi alam ng mga parents yon. Kasi
pag
what
nasira
replaces,
pag nasira
yun
at
at an early age, at sa age 7, wala nang nagiging space na talaga yon. Kasi
Opo.
hindi naman mag-move forward yung second molar.
So sa inyong practice ngayon po, Doktora, 30 years already in dentistry, would you say na you have made a difference now in the way na you try to encourage and to educate the people, the clients that you get to see in the clinic?
Sana naman. Sana naman. Pero minsan tumataba yung puso mo, lumalaki yung tenga mo. Ano ba yun? Lumalaki ba yung tenga? Pumapalakpak yung tenga mo. Kapag naririnig mo yung pasyente mo magsasabi sa'yo na, Doktora, you're really good in explaining this and that. Kaya mapapansin mo din yon kasi yung pasyente pabalik-balik sa'yo.
Yes, at saka magdadala pa ng marami pang pasyente sa'yo. We'll take a very short break, Doktora. No? Pagbalik po natin, we'll continue on discussing itong ating napakagandang topic on oral health. At the same time, I think we'll be joined by another dentist here in our studio. But before we take a break, I'd like to greet all our viewers. Hindi lang po yung nanonood ngayon sa Cagayan de Oro, kundi yung mga kasama namin sa live streaming at saka yung mga for satellite. No? Kasi naka-satellite din tayo, although delayed telecast sila. So magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Please stay tuned.
Kap ba ka sa dentista regularly? Ngano o ngano dili?
Dili good ko. Makapacheck up nga regularly sa dentista kay usahay kanang di mas masakit ang ngipon, basag ko gibati. Pero kulang lang kong ngipon. Manang ako magpa-check up.
Dili man ko regularly nagpa-check up, ma'am, kay sa niaging ko lang ko past 3 months lang ko nagpa-general clean after how many years?
Actually, sa imong panguntahan na murag matubag tagay ka kay actually wa gyud ko check up sa akong ngipon sa dentista. Tungod kay may man akong ngipon.
Wala pagkakaroon mo wala naman sa una ra to. Sa una ra. Wala pa may daot ngipon. Ayan nagpadaot nagpaibot na dayon.
Sometimes pag naikwarta or kaning dili busy And then, kailangan mong kita magpa-check up kay para po sa tong ngipon ba. Kumbaga, ano po na siya, marag healthy ba? Kumbaga healthy.
Dili kayo. Dili kay ko gapa-check up. Kay once na nga ayara mo rag mo sakit akong ngipon or unsa ba. Sana lang.
Sometimes kay kanang ayara ko magpa-check up bitaw kanang mapaibot kog ngipon.
Para sa imo, unsay papel sa dentist sa imong kinatibuk-an na maayong panglawas?
Para sa ako, maayo jud ang siguro regular na magpa-check up or every month kay maayo sa healthy. Gawas nabitaw ka ng sakit ron nga gingivitis or kanang aside pa naay kanang atong daghan cause ang sakit sa kanang ngipon bitaw na daot ng ngipon mo paingon si mong heart through television ang gyapon po nakabaluan ni.
Siyempre, ang ilang papila ang pag-check up sa ngipon. All parts sa ilang ngipon lugar, ilang check upon. Parang maatiman ang sakto nga pagbintina sa ngipon sa matuusan ka na ito.
Siyempre, unta, magpa-check up regularly. Kaya aron may bawaan na ito. Unsay kulang rabagi kong ngipon. Daan ako kulang. Sa isab, maigid mag-regular ta sa pagpanlimpyo. Labi na sa dentista unta nga malinisan na itong ipon aron nindot pagtanawon.
Parang dili maganto sakit sa ngipon ba?
Para maprotektahan ang mga ngipon. Para dili ito basta-basta ma-doubt. Kaya time will come good, di ba? Mag-inay kawala. Kanang walay maintain or walay daily na pa-check up. Mga nana ba?
Healthy mong ngipon niya. Dili mga kuan bitaw siya. Para healthy ka, himsog ka, dili ka luya. Para malimpyo imong lawas or unsa ba mga wala imong mga marag nga na mahugaw nga bitaw.
Para sa ko ang kanang mga doktor kay para pod makabalot ta kung unsay angay natong buhaton inana bitaw para pod limpyo ang atong kaugalingon inana ba.
You now have before you 7,107 islands to enjoy with 7,107 possibilities and more. We have just landed on the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. Maligayang pagdating sa Pilipinas.
Once considered as the tiger economy of Asia, the Philippines continues its slow yet steady climb to becoming an international business hub. Having been Christianized by her colonizers in the early 1500s, the Philippines now stands alone as the last bulwark of Christianity in this part of the world. Yet, she is not exempt from moral and social issues that beset nations big and small in this postmodern era. Yes, she needs Jesus now more than ever. Her 144 cities, with an average of 500,000 residents each, certainly need hope. An answered prayer, Hope Channel now covers the entire nation. Hope Channel media centers now stand in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao to bear testimony of Jesus' love. And in just a few years, many have rediscovered the beauty of life with hope.
Na-revive ko, pinagi sa pagtanaw na ko sa Hope Channel Philippines.
Malaki po ang magagawa ng Hope Channel para po sa pagtatapos ng gawain.
The good news that Hope Channel has brought to the archipelago has inspired the Filipino to see beauty and brought joy back in spite of it all. Sapphire seas and pristine coastlines, lush vegetation, gorgeous landscapes. With warm, fun-loving, and industrious people, the Philippines is paradise. Here is a fertile land for business, education, manpower, many other resources, and sharing the good news. Because the Pearl of the Orient Seas now has the Pearl of Great Price. The Philippines plus Hope Channel equals unlimited possibilities of sharing love, changing lives.
Back to Dynamic Living, The Total You is our episode, Potentials and Pains of the Profession, Dentists. And of course, sabi ko po kanina, pagbalik natin, na may kasama naman tayong isang dentist nito, no? We have Dr. Ruben Daba. He is the president of the PDA CDO chapter. Good evening po sa inyo, Dr. Buboy.
Good evening, Doc.
And of course, kanina, Dr. Beth, mag-react muna tayo doon. May in-interview kanina, di ba? Parang ang nag-gather natin sa kanila, kulang talaga sila ng information on bakit kailangan sila bumisita ng dentista. At saka may nag-mention din about gingivitis and heart problem, ang yung interrelationship. Would you like to comment on that?
Okay. Are you trying to ask me kung ano
yung gingivitis na yan?
Okay. Pwede kong isingit yung case number 5 and 6? Pwede lang. Number 6, case number 6. Kasi ito, very, regarding gingivitis, no?
Sige, hintayin lang natin na i-aayos nila.
May explain lang ako kasi may pasyente, usually ang mga pasyente, they would come, they would complain of bleeding of the gums, no? So, normally...
Ayan na po, nakikita na ating mga viewers sa screen nila.
Kung titingnan natin, parang may overgrowth. Actually, pumunta ang pasyente hindi dahil magpalinis. Na-worry siya kasi merong overgrowth dyan. Tapos, ang thinking niya kaagad is may cancer siya. Okay? When I investigated the lesion, alam niyo po kung anong cause lang nito? Dumi. No? Constant irritation on the gums, no? Parang nagkalyo yung gilagid. Tumubo, hyperplasia. Yes, sa terminology namin is hyperplasia. Sa ilalim nun is puro dumi. So what's needed only is to clean. Clean up mo lang.
So nung nalinis na siya, ano na nangyari?
I-cut mo yung lesion kasi talaga andun na yon. Kasi constant irritation din, trauma. Pag nagtututbrush siya, every time na touch yun, dudugo yun, tutubo. Lalo tutubo siya, lalo lumalaki. So, kinat ko lang yon, kinoterize, and that's it. Tapos, para hindi sila ma-worry, dahil akala nila, the same thing ba yun? Akala nila, it's cancerous nga, sabi ko, ipabiopsy natin. So, it just turned out to be just a hyperplastic tissue.
So, yun yung gusto nating iparating sa ating mga viewers, Dr. Boboy, na kumbaga, kailangan regular ang pagbisita nila sa dentista.
Okay. Doc, kasi ganito kasi yan. May stages yan. Ang gingivitis is titled with tatlong mild, moderate, severe. Okay. When you say about mild and moderate, yun, walang
nakikita.
Walang symptoms, walang ganon. Pero, pagka moderate na, meron ng a little pain and a little every time you brush, magdudugo yung gilagid. So, sometimes the patient kasi, it's so sorry kasi ang mga tao kasi, yung oral cavity is second choice nila. First choice talaga yung mga doctor, the human. Hindi nila alam na oral cavity is part of the holistic approach.
Yun na yung po pinag-usapan namin ni Dr. Beth kanina.
Oo. So, ang nangyari, so, they neglect it. So, mild, moderate, mag-neglect sila. Ang next stage yan, yung severe gingivitis, yung pinakita ni Doktora, grabe na. Sometimes, pag hindi mo yan, ito, sinabi namin, ito reversible. Mild, moderate, severe gingivitis, reversible yan. Ang next stage niyan, periodontitis.
Yun na yung mas palibot, mas pati yung ibang surrounding tissues.
May loosening na.
Yes, loosening na. Ang problema noon, pag periodontitis ka na, hindi na reversible. So, ang next stage niyan, magiging pyorrhea na. Kung pyorrhea, it's so gross na kayo. If somebody open his mouth, like for example, I have pyorrhea, I open my mouth, the two doctoras will run.
Ay, naku, di ba ayaw natin mangyari yun? Kasi
Oo.
syempre, kung kaganda-ganda natin o kagwapo-gwapo natin, and then
Yes.
pagbukas ng bibig naman natin,
Wala na.
para namang ay ano ba yan?
So ano ang
Oo.
gagawin natin? Dapat yung sa first stages, mild, moderate, severe, every 6 months you have to visit your dentist kasi regular visit yan. So we do scaling, we do everything like that. If you reach periodontitis, ang tendency, kukunin na yung ngipin nga nag-ano kasi para hindi masira yung hindi
The rest of the
hindi
Kasi,
mag-ano.
di ba sinabi ninyo kanina, Dr. Beth, na yung ngipin luluwag?
Luluwag. Because damage na yung tatlong structures nga. Yun, no?
So,
Yung
kailangan na
supporting
tanggalin yun.
structures.
So, isang ngipin na naman minus isang
ligament.
ngipin ka na naman.
Oo. Ang usually kaya sinabi yang periodontitis kasi the periodontal ligament, the one who's holding the tooth, yun ang sinasabi nila rubber or sabi nila shock absorber, yung everything nga kasi yung ngipin natin, meron talagang mga mobility. So first, secondary first and secondary, di ba, Doc? Okay yun. Pag third, fourth, fifth mobility, wala na. Periodontitis na yun.
So, kailangan nang tanggalin. So, hindi mo na masasalvage yung ngipin. Balikan ko yung pinaka-common, Doktora. Andito na si Dr. Boboy. Hetong sinasabi natin kanina, napag-usapan na kasi namin kanina yung dental caries, which is number 1, di ba? Ano, pagka binunot yan, gusto lang natin masabihan yung ating mga viewers ngayon na pag binunot yan, what to expect? Like for example, syempre, they'll be frightened Sabihin nila, bakit dugo ng dugo? Ano kaya mangyayari dito? O kaya masakit? So, what should they expect?
Okay. As I was telling you kanina, no, na just before I came over, meron ako pasyente na binunutan. Kinancel ko lahat ng appointment, but that was a walk-in patient. Pero client ko na sila before. So, binunutan ko, tapos bumalik siya, nagpa-ayos ako ng buhok ko, nagpa-makeup. Tapos pagbalik ko nga, nagko-complain daw. My assistant was panicking already because nagko-complain daw ang pasyente na dugo daw ng dugo, may nararamdaman pa siyang matulis. And then when I investigated, nang in-inspection ko, sabi ko, Manang, that's the bone. Sabi ko, hindi naman natin pwedeng bunutin yung buto. Sabi ko gano'n, that's the bone. So, doon pumapasok yung ignorance talaga natin, no? Ignorance, yung sa dental ignorance, na wala silang, hindi natin, probably, my mistake also, kasi most probably, hindi ko na-explain
what to expect,
what to expect.
No? Dapat alam nila na these are the things na I would expect if bunutan ako ng ngipin. Isa pa pala sa dapat na i-ano natin sa viewers natin yung sinasabi nila na pag bagong bunot ka ng ngipin, hindi ka pwedeng magbuhat, you don't have to lift things, you don't have to do these things. So is there truth to it?
No. Those are the common fallacies, no, misconceptions. Kasi may mga totoo doon, merong hindi. Yung hindi pagbubuhat, pwede mo naman buhatin ng anak mo, pwede ka magwalis, pwede ka maghugas ng pinggan. Most probably yung sinasabing pagbubuhat, yun talaga super na mabibigat na trabaho.
Opo, kasi hindi naman talaga malayo naman yung ngipin from the rest. So Dr. Boboy, kayo po ang president ng PDA, ng Cagayan de Oro chapter. Ano pong programs meron kayo sa PDA?
Kasi ganito kasi yun, no? If you notice it, lahat ng sangbayanan Pilipino, including us, including my relative, second priority yung oral. The bad thing is, even the PhilHealth, walang cover ang oral. Kaya nga kung mo ngayon, number 2 tayo sa caries around the world. Second to Cambodia, second to I mean, keep modesty aside, mas maganda pa tayo sa Cambodia, oh my God. We compare ourselves with Cambodia. We compare ourselves with Japan, Taiwan, Thailand. We compare with that. Pero ang nakakalungkot nun, even the PhilHealth, they don't have a coverage. Meron silang coverage, pero hospital-based. So, ang hospital-based, ano kukunin mo? Yung mga ameloblastoma, yung mga
yung mga tumors, saka yung mga kailangang operahan, o kaya naman malocclusion siguro, di ba? Yung hindi, yung ngipin.
Yes, Doc. And then the extraction alone, that's surgery. That's surgery already. If you cover that. And then not only extraction, you cover the restorative. Para preventive na tayo. Prevention is better than cure. So that's why, being the president, I'm working on that. We have a House of Delegate. So I have to really use muscles with that. Na the PhilHealth should have look into their policies because there's no oral. Walang oral dyan. Maganda pa yung magpaganda ng yung mga ilong, yung mga ganun. Di ba? Kasali na doon.
Kasali na siya, yes. Basta ma-justify mo lang.
Ma-justify
there's a
lang.
medical indication for it.
Pero ang oral, nakakaawa talaga. And then, we are hoping that we can be out of the second. And then, hindi lang ganyan. Kung meron talaga, kung yung PhilHealth, cover tayo sa PhilHealth, a lot of dito yung tinatawag nating mga kasi yung medical nag-MCP na, Material Child Care Package.
Yes.
Kung i-join mo dyan, so yung local government LGUs, makabili sila ng mga X-ray, fluoride.
X-rays for the dental, no? Kasi mahalaga din yata ang ipa-X-ray yung ngipin. Hindi lang naman yan na pag sumakit, titingnan silip-silipin lang, walang X-ray.
Yes. Dapat i-accredit din nila yung mga health center. Yun ang kuan ko. Kasi if you focus, and not also the health center, like our individual clinic, why are you not going to accredit that? You want X-ray, we have X-ray. You want autoclave, we have autoclave. Then what's the reason why not including us?
So in other words, heto ang inyo is, which ako being a medical doctor, I see the significance of this. It will be a milestone. Kasi in other words, it will now, there is no reason why an ordinary mamamayan will not go have checking their oral cavities na at the very start pa lang na pwede nating i-prevent. Di po ba, Doktora?
May singit ko lang. Sato sa yan, kasi karamihan ng mga yung mga grabing problema sa oral cavity, makikita mo yun sa mga
yung
mga pobre, yung walang-wala. Totoo yun.
So kung makukover siya ng PhilHealth, Dr. Boboy,
maganda. And then, I'm so blessed like this, like on my term, I'm so blessed because ang focus kasi yung president kasi namin is a government dentist. So ang ang focus niya more on government. Yung like for example, now we don't have free clinic na extraction lang kami. You know what's our free clinic now? Fluoride treatment, Pitts and Fisher sealant, which is preventive, which is what we have done a long time ago. Dapat preventive na kasi 'di ba? Prevention is better than cure. So ngayon wala na like I have to say it like Colgate and we call it Unique they work hand in hands with PDA. So ang gawa namin, adapt a barangay, yung mga adapt. So
school.
Adapt sa school. Kung mag-extract kami, yung na talaga.
Yung kailangan na talaga.
At saka nakakaawa kasi malayo na. So hindi sila masyadong napuntahan ng government dentist. So yun, nagbubunot kami doon kasama si Doktora. So I have to really thank my colleagues, Cagayan de Oro, Misamis Oriental Chapter, who hand in hand joined me during our month celebration, February.
Yeah, February celebration ninyo. Medyo nahuli lang ako na schedule kayo dito. But huli man daw, nakakahabol pa rin. So, yun yung natin na, kumbaga, just like in medicine, prevention is still the very basic core of our practices, di ba? Kasi mas mapapamura sila. At the same time, yung mga komplikasyon, maiiwasan yun, di ba? So now let's go into the challenges of your practices on your individual practice. Now, let's talk about you as a person now. We will set aside muna kung ano yung dapat na matutunan nila about dentistry. So, on a personal level, kayo as a practicing dentist, ikaw, Doktora, what are the challenges that you get to face in your clinic?
Okay. Kasi based ako sa hospital, Sabal Hospital. Sabal Hospital, most of the patients that go in there are class C and D. Meron din po papasok na class A and B. So, ang isang challenge dyan, kaya nga hindi pumupunta din ang tao sa dentista is, number one, because of the cost.
Economics pa rin.
Economics, yes. So, yun. Tinitipid nila. Siyempre, ano bang uunahin mo? Yung magpaganda ka o yung may makain ka. Yun, isang challenge yun. So, normally, ngayon, naman kami, flexible kami. On my part, I try to see yung condition yung capacity ng pasyente to pay. At saka, hindi lang yun. First mo kasing iisipin is, ano yung maisiservisyo mo dun sa pasyente na within the level of
which is very laudable, di ba?
Yes.
Kasi ibig sabihin lang ngayon, our viewers will understand na their dentists are their friends.
Yes.
Kumbaga, hindi kayo
Hindi
yung
kami
tipong,
monsters.
Hindi kami monsters na kumbaga, it's all about money. Hindi
Yeah.
ganun. Sa inyo naman, Dr. Buboy, ano yung challenges na nafe-face ninyo in your actual practice now?
Like, si doktora sa hospital, ako yung private talaga, no? Siguro mga gandun din, mga B and C, no? The usual project is nakaka-frustrate, Doc. Kasi ganito yan, Like for example, katulad sabi ni doktora, sometimes mas ano talaga yung oral o yung yung health o saka yung kinakain. Pero hindi nila alam na kung wala kang ngipin, hindi ka makachew.
Saka hindi mo ma-enjoy ang food.
Yes. And then one thing, aesthetically, nakakahiya talaga pag may makita kang na picture, hindi mo alam so Asian. Tingnan mo lang, kung walang ngipin, Pilipinas yan. Di ba? Kita mo yung mga international magazines, anong ipapalabas ng mga Pilipino? Yung ngiti na bata, wala mga ngipin, yung
Sira-sira ngipin.
Nakaka-frustrate. Being a dentist, nakaka-frustrate. And then, if you tell your patient, sige, ganito, yun nga, sana kung may PhilHealth, so, napaka-help talaga ang PhilHealth.
Kasi covered siya. At least kahit papaano, it helps the patient, the member, including the doctors. Kasi you need to survive din naman. Hindi naman panay pro bono, di ba? So, yun yung may mga anak
Kasi
din naman.
yan din ang bread and butter namin.
Yes. So, let's begin with, let's have a few look back on your journey as a dentist. Why did you choose dentistry? We're not talking on a personal level kasi para medyo ang dating nito sa mga home viewers natin, they can really relate to you na heto pala yung pinagdaanan din nila at heto yung kanilang aspirations. Let's start with you, Doktora.
Okay, sa totoo lang, if I remember it, ako na-attract ko sa pagiging dentist kasi sa amoy ng eugenol. You know what's eugenol? That's the oil of cloves.
Yes.
Di ba? Nung unang panahon kasi, pag pumasok ka sa isang dental clinic, maaamoy mo kaagad yung eugenol
Napakabango.
So, napakabango. Doon ako na-attract. So, I usually go to the dentist. Matapang akong bata. Nung bata pa ako Ako lang mag-isa pumupunta. I had my root canal very early. So, tapos love na love ko yung, ewan ko, pati yung face siguro ng dentist ko kasi very pretty yung dentist ko before. so
parang may role model. Yun yung ninyo. Sa inyo naman, Doktor.
Sa akin, it's so funny kasi when I was young, di ba, like the majority parents, dadalhin yung mga bata sa dentist pag nagsakit na, hindi na sila makatulog kasi umiiyak ka na. So ang tendency, pag dinadala ako sa dentista, binubunutan ako, tapos ang sakit-sakit. Tapos, hahawakan pa ako, lalagyan pa ng mga...
That's what, usually, those happen on boys.
You know what? Lalagyan pa ng mga instrument. You know what? I really did. I really said to myself, when I grow up, I'll be a dentist and I will not do this on my patient.
Ang galing naman!
Yes. Yeah, it's so funny. I will not do this on my patient. I always tell myself that I will not do this on my patient. So when I grow up, I become a dentist. Kaluoy sa Ginoo ang
wala kay ginaana.
Wala gyud. And then when my patient when they were young, pag dinadala sila na umiiyak, I don't treat them right away. I just let them sit, I talk to them, I let them play, and then, okay, come back again if you're ready. And then if he's ready, okay, give me 10. Can I count the 10? Okay, so when I finish done it, I have siguro 5 or 6 patients na when they were young, hinahanap sila sa mga parents nila sa school. Naku, nagpanic kasi nawala. Yun pala, I was telling them, okay, if you saw this on your teeth, if there's a black thing, you come here because that's cavity. You know what, hindi nagpaalam.
Pumunta sa
clinic. Kaya pagpunta sa parents, nagpanic sila kasi wala. Tapos sabi, umalis, lumabas daw. Inaway yung guard. Bakit nyo So they were calling relatives, lahat kinukall. Yung isang mama sabi niya, last na lang. So, parang call the dentist kasi parang bago lang nagpunta sa dentist. Pagtawag, so ang secretary ko, yes ma'am, he's here ma'am, get-treat ni doktor, sabi ganun. Pinagalitan. Pagsapok, don't do that again. I said, don't do that. You ask permission from your mom. 5 yan sila. The other one, he's a manager now working in Manila. I started 89, so 25 years na. So, grasya og kaloy sa Ginoo. So, I don't let my patient feel what I experience.
In other words,
Yes.
ito yung positive na nangyari out of a negative, or in a very stressful situation,
Yeah,
which
very
will
stressful.
actually encourage our viewers na pwede naman pala i-turn around. There's a turn
Yes.
around on a negative event in your life. Napunta naman natin. So, syempre, in your journey, hindi naman yan kaagad-agad na masaya, nandyan kaagad ang clinic ninyo. And there were challenging times na kumbaga, oops, teka, am I in the right track? Am I here? Is this really what I want? Did you have that also along the way? Let's ask Dr. Beth.
Ako kasi, parang naging, ano ko talaga, I really wanted to be a dentist.
So never
no?
nagkaroon ikaw ng look back
Wala,
or second
hindi. Kasi
thoughts?
my mom was a frustrated dentist. Hindi niya tinuloy kasi nagkakaroon siya ng allergy sa mga chemicals. So, I was the first in the family to become a dentist. So, talagang naging first love ko ang pagiging dentist. And then, yun, I was able to, pero isa lang hindi inano ko sa sarili ko, ayoko magtrabaho. Gusto ko ako ang boss.
So kailangan solo mo, kaya ka nag-private practice.
Pero before that, I taught, I teach muna in the academe, tapos pumunta ako sa abroad. Actually, yun ang naging training ground ko, yung pag-work ko sa labas, sa Saudi Arabia. And then when I came back, nag-ipon ako ng pera para pang-kapital ko, para
kasi
sa klinik
gusto
ko.
mo nga ikaw lang ang boss.
Yes, that's the time I started my private practice.
Sa inyo naman po, ano naman yung sa inyo nangyari?
Ako, when I exposed to dentistry, meron kami tinatawag na hospital dentistry. So, sa school namin, may rounds talaga kami sa hospital, sa Cebu Doctor. So, when I was exposed to the hospital, yun, talaga, siguro gusto ko mag-medicine din after dentistry.
Okay.
Sabi ko, mag-medicine kaya ako, sabi ganun. Hanggang nga, when I finished my dentistry, sabi ko, layo naman, it's like climbing another mountain. So, nag-nursing ako. So, registered nurse din ako. So, ma-expose ako sa hospital, which I really love doing it. And then, yun nga, hospital dentistry ang gusto ko.
So yun ang pinakaano mo. Do you believe na itong bagong generation natin, kunyari, yung mga anak ninyo or magiging apo ninyo, supposedly, would you encourage them also to take up dentistry?
Ako, kasi ang isang, napalimutan ko sabihin, ang isang rason kung bakit ako nagdentista, may, inano ko na kaagad, may vision na ako na I wanted to take care of my children personally. So, as a woman, nagdentista ako kasi sabi ko, pwede ko masubaybayan at the same time, yung paglaki ng mga anak ko, I could take care of them while I'm doing my job
because
as a dentist.
Because you can dictate your schedule.
My schedule. I can bring them along sa clinic. That's the reason also that I have a daughter who's studying dentistry also.
Sa inyo naman po.
Nakaka-frustrate. Kasi, ang asawa ko dentist din. So, dalawang clinic namin. Yung dalawang anak namin, yung isa gusto mag-lawyer, yung isa gusto mag-chef. So, wala talagang dentistry. Pero, if you ask about the new generation, new dentist, I was like, talaga saludo ko sa kanila. Kasi yung mga, sa amin ni Doktora, when we finish, GP lang kami, general practitioner, ngayon, ang latest trend ngayon sa mga dentistry, before they going to open, they have to go to specialization.
So meron na, di ba?
Yes, meron
para bang merong for root canal, merong for mga gingiva, merong pampaganda ng mga ngipin para maging straight, restorative and all, di ba? Parang nagiging ang dentistry, parang medical, din, na ang dami-daming specialties, di ba? So yun yung ikinaganda sa kanila ngayon.
Yun ang saludo ko sa kanila.
So ang tanong ko po sa inyo, do you think na ang mga tao dito sa Cagayan de Oro, in Region 10, are they that concerned with their oral health, or is there a need pa further to educate them?
Totoo yun. Kasi being a province, no? Tapos medyo conservative pa ang tao rito. Marami pa silang, as I've told before, maraming pang misconceptions, marami pang mga pamahiin. Mas nag-i-stick sila dun sa mga pamahiin nila regarding yung mga dental truths na alam nila. They stick there rather than
pumunta at
alamin yung kung ano yung mga bago, kung ano yung totoo, kung ano yung talagang totoong how do you call it? Yung mga bagong information, hindi lang bago. Actually, it's already there.
It's already
basic.
there.
Yeah,
Oo, hindi lang nila ano yun.
Hindi nila ma-appreciate.
Ma-appreciate yun.
Yes,
Sa inyo, Dr. Boboy, do you think na heto nga, gaya kay Dr. Beth, ang observation ninyo, Cagayanons or people in Region 10, Misamis Oriental, are hindi pa ganun talaga ka-fully aware on really how to take care of their oral cavity?
Oh, ganun din. Pero alam mo,
there's already a shift. There's already a slight change.
oh, ganun din. Pero partly to be blamed is us dentists. You know why? Because some, like for example, you don't have the, sabi nga ni Doktora kanina, wala siyang time to really explain why, o bumalik yung patient niya, o ganito, o parang wala talagang, kasi God's blessing, maraming patient. So, you have to really hurry up for another patient kasi yung patient, no, you have to give around mga 20 to 30 minutes, Doc, no? Okay. Kasi meron pa. Oh.
Or so, kaya naman, it's because sometimes you forget na these are not yet fully informed people, di ba?
Oo, yung parang ganon. You know what I, like a president, no? The president, I'm scared of the APEC. You know, because this April 2015, yung MRA nila is effect na. So, meron na tayong tinatawag na reciprocity. So, yung mga
yung
dentists
sa ASEAN integration, di ba?
Yes.
So, are you also aware na there's going to be an ASEAN integration?
Yes.
And how it will also impact and affect,
Of
diba?
course. Sabi nga sa sarili ko, dentists, be worry. Be very afraid and worry. You know why?
Kasi galing sa iba.
Yes. You know what's sad thing? Yeah. Oh, you know, Doc, what's sad thing? Not only us, also you,
yes,
doctors.
I mean, yes.
The majority of people now are in telenovela. Ano ang mga telenovela? Koreans, Japan.
Mexican.
Pagpapasok yan, yung mga ganyan, ganyan na mga profile, and then pagpunta mo, let's face it, dihado tayo in terms of, hindi sa mukha, sa brain, hindi. But in terms of facilities. Sila, gumagawa sila ng mga filling materials, tayo bumibili sa kanila. Okay. We bought it from them like 35,000, 20,000. They bought it in their country like 2,500.
So, ibig sabihin, mapapamura sila.
Dihado ka na.
Dihado ka na, di ba?
Dihado ka na.
And so, naaaking tanong na yun sa inyo, what would your message be to our viewers? Like, how should they take care of their teeth or their oral cavity? Ikaw, Dr. Beth.
Simple lang po, bumisita kayo sa dentista. Okay. As much as possible, even once a year lang po. There are some dentists, minsan especially sa ating mga kababayan na kapos, no? Minsan magtatanong lang sila. Sometimes they would even, ang tawag doon yung
tawad.
Hindi lang po tawad, nag-i-scout kung magkano.
So parang nagsha-shopping.
Nagsha-shopping, yes. May mga dentista pong may mga puso, no?
Madaling kausapin.
Madaling kausapin. Magpakonsulta lang po kayo para hindi po kayo nagpapanik, hindi po kayo natatakot kung ano po ang meron sa bibig ninyo. Most often than not, simple lang po ang problema. Kulang lang po tayo sa pag-aalaga sa ipin.
What about Dr. Boy?
Siguro ang ko, when your kid is 3 years old, bring it to the dentist.
Ganun kabata.
Ganun kabata. So that they will expose that dentists are not monster. And please, Mama, don't scare them with dentists.
Uy, totoo yan, Doc, ha? Di ba, Doktora? Para bang pinampangtakot sa mga kabataan.
ang dentist. Sige, dalhin kita kay Doktor. Gagawin. So, do that. If you do that, then majority of this generation, this 3 years old generation, will be dentist-friendly, oral, parang dental, parang very conscious. So maganda.
At saka siya, kung baga alam niya kung gaano kahalaga, pangalagaan ang kanyang ngipin. Napakaganda po ng discussion namin dito sa Dynamic Living the Total You. Tapos na po kami. Remember po, ang ating mga ngipin, ang ating mga bibig ay kaagapay po natin with it. That is part of our general well-being. Minus that in our system or as a person, we will never be complete. Remember that even in Job 8:21, sabi din, He will yet fill your mouth with laughter and your lips with shouts of joy. Magandang gabi po sa ating lahat.